In the world of films, different types of movies have different purposes. A documentary will educate you, a drama can enthrall you with complex characters, an action film can be perfect to just switch off your brain and enjoy the ride. And the majority of games to date have also been made with this particular purpose in mind. Deus Ex Mankind Divided doesn't just provide escapism though. Alongside the great action and stealth gameplay, there are deeper political things going on here as well. Deus Ex Mankind Divided picks up a couple of years after the events of Human Revolution, and the events of that game are still being felt in a big way. It is a world where people are more wary of orcs than ever before. Playing once again as Adam Jensen, the action begins with you arriving in Prague. After a few minutes of conversation with your contact, a terrorist attack occurs and you are launched into the story. As you try to discover what happened and who was behind the events that took place, you'll come across themes of apartheid and segregation, intolerance and bigotry, the militarisation of police forces, and civil rights versus state security. What ties it all together though is that it is brilliantly wrapped in a sci-fi adventure with RPG elements, stealth gameplay and great action. Gameplay is where this latest Deus Ex game really shines. Like in Human Revolution, you can choose to play purely stealth, all-out action or anywhere in between. This game seems to take each extreme even further though, with it truly possible to complete the game without setting off any alarms or killing anyone. The action has also been kicked up a notch thanks to some exciting new augmentations that are available to Jensen. These new abilities, which are primarily assault based, make you feel like an unstoppable killing machine. Gunplay is handled really well, with it even being possible to play the game like a cover-based shooter. Graphically, the game looks really good. There's always lots going on with your HUD and the options that are available to you, but it never gets too cluttered on screen. There are some gorgeous vistas, and all of the locations are brilliantly designed with great little touches to differentiate the wide array of areas that you visit. The development team has also spent a lot of time animating the characters that you have conversations with. Most of the time, these make the characters feel quite lifelike. However, there is the occasional conversation where there is some over-gesticulation, and these stand out. This is nitpicking in the extreme though. This game looks and moves brilliantly for 99% of the time. Audio-wise, the game is great, most of the time. There are times when one element of the sound drops out altogether, for example the rain or an alarm in the background. This doesn't affect gameplay in any way, but in a game that is as immersive as this, it does just bring you back to reality a little bit. I also have to say that the sound mix could use some improvement. Background elements are often too loud, and on several occasions they drown out the conversations the characters are having. I ended up playing through the game with subtitles switched on to avoid missing any of the story. The voice acting is flawless. Each actor's performance for their character is superb. Sound effects are similarly brilliant. The rain sounds great, guns blast away with a resounding bang, and mechs clank and grind just like they should. It should also be said that the loading times are quite long. Going from the main menu to a game save takes around 90 seconds, and going from one area to another takes around 60 seconds. These area-to-area loading times are disguised as train journeys, reminiscent of Mass Effect's loading times in an elevator. But with the same video being repeated every time, it does get a little tedious. All of these are minor complaints though, as Deus Ex Mankind is a fantastically ambitious game that actually fulfills on its ambition. The RPG elements of the game work brilliantly, with wonderfully executed speech trees, great upgrades, and enough story elements to keep even a JRPG fan happy. The stealth elements are as good as anything in Metal Gear Solid, while the action gameplay isn't far away from the quality of a faster paced Gears of War. This really is a game with a brain though. The maps and enemies will make you strategize intensely, and the politics of the game will make you think. The game does have a few minor glitches, but they never wreck the experience or affect the gameplay. I loved this latest Deus Ex game, and I heartily recommend it to every gamer, whether you're after an action game, a stealth title, a Mass Effect style RPG, or even something to make you think. Whatever type of gamer you are, Mankind Divided is a superb game, and if you let it, it'll stay with you long after the credits have finished.